So for some reason this morning, I guess video game companies decided, hey, let's actually start talking about video game related stuff in 2020 because there's a whole bunch of news going on that I definitely want to cover. We're just going to hop right into it. First off, we're going to talk about some Xbox Series X stuff. Now, obviously, the Xbox Series X is the one console that is coming out this holiday season that we know more about than the other console. We have seen what the Xbox Series X is going to look like. We have seen games potentially running on the Xbox Series X, and we have a decent idea about the tech specs about the system, whereas the PlayStation 5, well, we don't really know anything about it. However, it looks like we're going to be getting some more information as soon as next week from Microsoft themselves about both the Xbox Series X and, of course, Project X Cloud. Now, Project X Cloud is available in beta right now. It allows you to play basically your Microsoft Xbox One games on a variety of different devices, and from what I've seen so far, it seems like a lot of people are very positive about this. Now, Game Developers Conference 2020 is supposed to be taking place next week, but of course has been delayed because of real-world events that are currently happening. But Microsoft did plan on doing some different presentations during this event, and one of those presentations is based on the Xbox Series X and Project X Cloud. Now, that event will be happening on March 18th, so about 8 days from now. We're obviously going to be getting some more information on the Xbox Series X. Now, since this is Game Developers Conference, you probably won't see things like new games be announced for the Xbox Series X or anything like that. I'm more expecting things along the lines of tech demos and things like that, basically showcasing what the Xbox Series X is capable of. Of course, ray tracing is a very hot commodity right now when it comes to next generation gaming, so I'm sure you'll see some awesome sort of ray tracing like demos that are showcasing what the Xbox Series X can do in terms of power, and the Project X Cloud stuff, I guess how it's going to be intertwined into Xbox Series X. I definitely think we're going to get a lot of interesting news. I wouldn't expect something like Halo Infinite to be at this event or anything like that, but it is promising to see that Xbox and Microsoft are taking the Xbox Series X so seriously, and they're doing all of these presentations showcasing what this system is capable of to game developers in order to see what sort of games we'll end up seeing on the systems, to see what game developers can do with this modern hardware that is hopefully still coming out in holiday of 2020. I'm honestly looking forward to this. I know for some people it might not be a big deal, but I'm interested to see how the Xbox Series X is going to handle games and handle things like backwards compatibility, and I think there's a great chance that that's the sort of stuff you're going to see at this event. I wouldn't expect new game announcements or anything like that, but really, who the hell knows? Microsoft has definitely been very outspoken with the Xbox Series X already, so maybe they'll slip something in there to showcase, one of their first party games running on the Xbox Series X. So like I said, that happens on March 18th. We will have subsequent updates when, of course, that event happens, but circle that on your calendar if you're looking forward to the Xbox Series X, because I think this event could be pretty cool. Next up, if you're an American football fan, you would know that, well, Madden kind of sucks. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but obviously, back in the day, there used to be something called competition, where multiple companies would be making multiple football games, American football games for my viewers overseas, in which you could play competitive NFL football. And really, the train of thought was that the NFL 2K series done by 2K Games was the superior series. It was just a better overall experience when it came to American football. But Madden decided to get a little bit greedy and pick up the NFL license exclusively, thus negating any NFL 2K games from there on out. The last time we saw a football game, American football game, from 2K Sports was, of course, All Pro Football 2K18. And while the mechanics of the game were really good, unfortunately, a lot of people weren't interested in this game because it lacked those real teams, those real players, and those real stadiums. There's a lot of realism that goes into sports games, and that's why people like them. That's why I love the NBA 2K series, because I'm playing as the actual players in these actual events and in these actual stadiums with their actual statistics. And when you kind of take that away, it definitely loses some of its luster. Well, today it was announced that 2K football is coming back, and a lot of people are excited about this, but you gotta look at the fine print, because in the fine print there is something very unfortunate with this. Now, 2K does have the NFL license again, but one thing that they cannot do is make games that directly compete with Madden, meaning that basically these are going to be more arcade style games. Now, don't get me wrong, I love arcade football games. You remember the NFL Blitz series? NFL Blitz was absolutely awesome. Whether you're talking about the N64 games, the arcade games, or even the sort of rebirth that happened on the original Xbox. I loved all of those games. They were definitely very over the top. But the problem is, I would like to see EA have the more arcadey license, more so than 2K Sports games, because EA makes some really good arcade style games. Looking at EA's pedigree of arcade style sports games, they used to do a really good job with this. So it's unfortunate that 2K is now being stuck with the arcade stuff and EA still has the more simulation based football experiences. Hopefully something like that can change in the future. Maybe 2K can work out a deal, but as of right now, it is exciting, but it definitely would have been a hell of a lot more exciting if 2K could have made a game that competes with Madden instead of just supplementing it. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Speaking of franchises that haven't been around in a while, you remember the Tony Hawk franchise? Well, at least the good Tony Hawk games, because obviously we got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 and that was just absolutely terrible. But the old Tony Hawk games definitely have a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. Yes, they're not realistic skateboarding games like the Skate series ended up being, or even the more obscure Thrasher Skate and Destroy on the PS1. Great game, by the way. Make sure you guys check out Thrasher Skate and Destroy if you like more realistic skateboarding games. But the Tony Hawk franchise was definitely a staple. Tony Hawk was a household name and one of the biggest names in skateboarding. But as time has gone on, of course, different skateboarding games have come along and the Tony Hawk series just kind of jumped off a cliff. But you know what? The Birdman is coming back, evidently. So on a Facebook post done by a band called The Death Set, they said the following: just licensed 5 new songs to the Tony Hawk 2020 game. You'll be hearing this shit soon. So it looks like a new Tony Hawk game is indeed coming out. I will be interested to see what direction they go in with this game. Is it going to be a more simulation style skateboarding game, or is it going to be that traditional arcade style Tony Hawk game? I think there's been a lot of great Tony Hawk games over the years. I actually like games like Tony Hawk Project 8 that sort of tried to make it a bit more realistic if you wanted it to be that. But obviously the Skate series has become the more popular series. It sells better than the Tony Hawk series has done as of late, of course, because of the competition aspect of it. And it seems like people like a more realistic style skateboarding experience. I'll definitely be very interested to see what ends up happening. I look forward to when this game will be unveiled. Who the hell knows when it's going to be unveiled? You used to be able to say things like E3, but obviously E3 is jumping off of a cliff right now as well. But yeah, it looks like a Tony Hawk game is coming out in 2020. We don't have any additional details besides that, but I will be interested to see how it ends up turning out. Next up, one of the worst kept secrets in gaming was that Horizon Zero Dawn, a PlayStation 4 exclusive, was potentially coming to PC natively, as in not on PlayStation Now, where you could actually purchase it on your PC and of course take advantage of the PC hardware. And a lot of people were on the fence about this. You know, obviously that is a first-party Sony game. It doesn't make sense for that to happen. Well, today it was announced that yes, indeed, Horizon Zero Dawn will be coming to the PC this summer. Now, of course, the most interesting thing about this, besides an older PS4 game releasing on PC natively, is the fact that this sort of opens the door for other franchises to potentially come to PC natively. Games like Spider-Man, which was a first-party game, the God of War series, and all of the crazy series that Sony gives us over the years. Well, Herman Hulst of PlayStation actually addressed this situation in an official PlayStation blog, basically talking about why Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to the PC. I think it's important that we stay open to new ideas of how to introduce more people to PlayStation and show people maybe what they've been missing out on. And to maybe put a few minds at ease, releasing one first-party AAA title to PC doesn't necessarily mean that every game now will come to PC. In my mind, Horizon Zero Dawn was just a great fit in this particular instance. We don't have plans for day-and-date PC releases, and we remain 100% committed to dedicated hardware. Now, obviously, Microsoft does a lot of things with Game Pass on PC, so it makes sense for PlayStation to try and test those waters out as well by putting a dedicated AAA game from their PS4 lineup onto the PC. I really don't think this is a big deal. If this was something that was just coming out, you know, if The Last of Us 2 was coming out on PC the same day, you know, maybe it would be a big of a deal. But when you look at it, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn is a game that has reached its life cycle on the PlayStation 4. I doubt that many new copies of this game are selling, so why not try to make some more money by putting this game on the PC? Now, of course, Nintendo is now the only company that doesn't put games on the PC. They do mobile games instead, but it will be interesting to see if Nintendo ever follows suit in this sort of line of thinking. Obviously, the video game landscape is definitely shifting. I didn't expect a PS4 game to end up natively on PC, but here we are. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming this summer, but don't necessarily think that other games will follow suit. And finally, a strange partnership was announced for Nintendo this morning involving Mario. Obviously today is Mar-10 Day, which is Mario's birthday or something like that. There are some sales going on. Best Buy actually has Super Mario Odyssey available for $40 physically right now for Mar-10 Day. So if you haven't picked up that game for whatever reason, I highly suggest you go pick it up, because that was a game, like I said in my video on Sunday, that should have been on sale in the first place. But Nintendo is actually teaming up with another company to do some Super Mario inspired stuff, and that company is Lego. Now, initially I thought, oh, a Lego Mario game, that's going to be kind of interesting. Obviously, Lego games aren't necessarily bad. I feel like if you like the source material, there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with Lego style games, but it looks like these are actually physical Legos. Like, it's not going to be a video game from what I've seen so far. A few retailers actually put up some Lego packs that were going to be available for the Mario stuff, so it looks like they're going to be actual physical Mario toys instead of a Mario video game. Now, when it comes to toys, I didn't have Legos as a kid because we were kind of poor and I couldn't really build stuff. I had Lincoln Logs. So I'm wondering, where the hell are my Mario Lincoln Logs? Like, this would be really cool. I don't even know how you would do it, but I think it would be really neat. But yes, Lego and Mario are teaming up and they will be doing some stuff. But the most interesting thing about this Lego and Super Mario collaboration is the timing of the announcement itself. Obviously, a lot of people have been waiting for a Nintendo Direct, and it looks like this wasn't supposed to be a regular Tuesday announcement. This was actually supposed to be a part of a Nintendo Direct. So on the Game.co announcement for the Lego and Super Mario collaboration, it said the following: heard about the partnership between Lego and Nintendo. The latest Nintendo Direct announced their exciting collaboration, the first time that two big brands have worked together. Details are limited at this stage, but we hope you are as excited as us. And then they changed it to the following: heard about the partnership between Lego and Nintendo. They have announced their exciting collaboration, the first time that two big brands have worked together. Details are limited at this stage, but Super Mario has been featured on their social channels. We hope you are as excited as us. So my train of thought with this was probably some PR material that went out to various bigger websites and things like that, talking about a Nintendo Direct that was supposed to happen today on Mar-10, which kind of makes sense. You know, it is Mario's birthday, a decent time for it, but for whatever reason, things have changed. But for whatever reason, Game.co didn't get the update that they were supposed to change the marketing materials to something like this. So it's very funny. It's like the worst kept secret. It's worse kept secret than Horizon Zero Dawn, that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct more than likely this month. I feel like Nintendo just has to do it, but at this point in time, it's like I'm not even trying to speculate anymore. But when something like this comes across, when there's concrete evidence, like, you gotta talk about it, because obviously Nintendo will be doing something very soon. It was supposed to involve this Lego and Super Mario collaboration, but for whatever reason, it has now been delayed. So let me know in the comments section down below if you care about this Lego and Super Mario collaboration, and would you have liked a Nintendo Direct today? Alright, so obviously there was a lot of news today. I tried to do my best of covering it as quickly as possible so that this video wasn't too boring for you guys. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of everything. I'm about to go download Ori and on the Xbox Game Pass and check out that new Call of Duty multiplayer thing that they put out with the Battle Royale. So it'll be a very busy afternoon here at RGT headquarters. And as always, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Check out other videos on the channel. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.